get hated on a lot by my fellow Boston sports fans because I don't allow my preference for who's going to win to cloud my judgment about who's going to win. I remain objective and realistic. For example, the Bruins recently traded for Orlov and Hathaway and Bertuzzi. So all the Boston sports fans are like, "Oh yes, we're so much better now. We can't miss winning the Stanley Cup." And if I suggest that those trades didn't really improve the team that much, they think I'm a fan of some other team, that I don't want the Bruins to win. But if you look at the Las Vegas odds makers, who are not idiots, the Bruins' chances, according to them, of winning the Stanley Cup were 5-1 before those two trades. I will bet you practically anything that the odds are going to be pretty much unchanged after these two trades. They might go down to 4.5-1, but they're not going to be like 3-1 or 2-1 like all the Boston fans are acting. So, to me, that means they gave up a lot. They gave up 2 first-round draft picks and 4 other picks, 6 picks total. I think it's probably pretty much a lock that one of those two, at least one of those 2 first rounders, or maybe some of the other picks, are going to pan out really good, and the Boston sports fans are going to be having to say to themselves, damn, we could have had that guy on our team for 8 to 10 years. We could have won, 3, 4, 5 Stanley Cups. And if that does happen, that's going to happen regardless of whether or not we win the Stanley Cup this year. It'll be easier to take if we at least get 1 cup out of it this year, but it's still likely, we've sort of set ourselves up to have a rough next 5 or 10 years because of trading away so many draft assets. So we'll see what happens, but my point is just like, especially if you're gonna bet money, don't let your partiality, your hopes of who's going to win, stay objective. Try to look at the situation as an outsider, an impartial outsider, when you're making your analysis and your bets.